Hey, what is up guys? So a bunch of new cards got leaked, so anyways, let's go ahead and check them out. And there are going to be a ton, so go ahead and grab something to eat because we're going to be here for a long time. There's new Predator plants, there's new like Lolly Blackwings, I want to call them. They swallow too. Whoa, Konami, where are you going with this? You sure this is Minecraft friendly? But anyways, let's get started with some of the new Predator plant support cards. So we now have a card called Predator Craft. A quick play spell card that says reveal any number of Predator cards in your hand. Target that many face-up monsters your opponent controls. Place one Predator counter on each of those monsters. And if a monster with a Predator counter is level 2 or higher, it becomes level 1 as long as it has a Predator counter. Which is actually a pretty good effect. A lot of things let you use your opponent's monsters as material. And then the second effect of this card is if a Predator plant monster you control will be destroyed by battle, you can banish this card from your graveyard. I feel like this is like it's like implemented into every archetype. I'll banish from your graveyard. You can, but what's good with this one though, you can actually be used the turn it's sent to the graveyard. A lot of the cards, it's like you can't send it or you can't banish it at the same turn it was sent to the graveyard. So a little bit of bonus for that archetype. Next up, we have Lyrical Lucinia, the Recite Starling. So it's a Winged Beast rank 1. It'll actually be for the Swallows, which we'll get into later. So anyways, it's a 0/0, 2 or more level 1 monsters. So its first effect is if this card is Exceed Summon, you get to target one face-up monster. It gains 300 attack and defense for each material currently attached to this card. And then the other effect is once per turn you detach one material from this card to add one level 1 Winged Beast monster from your deck to your hand. Hey, you can technically make that in Raid Raptors, right? And then the third effect is battle damage you take from this XYZ summon card is also inflicted to your opponent. So maybe like randomly you're playing a rank 1 deck, you can suicide and make a game. That's pretty interesting. The next stuff we're going to be looking at, there's new Phantom Knight monsters. There's a Mist Claw. It says question mark, so they're unconfirmed on the name, but new Phantom Knight supports. I thought Konami tried to kill that archetype off, but look like they're kind of bringing a lot of more support for it. And then also there's super heavyweight Samurai monsters and a Lunalight. So more Lunalight support. A Rainbow Chick based on the kanji. It says check back later for confirmation. I checked back about a couple hours ago. They haven't updated this, but anyway, so it's Phantom Knights Mist Claw. The Phantom Knights of Mist Claws is probably the name in the TCG. But anyways, it's a normal trap card that says target one of your banished Phantom Knight monsters and you get added back to your hand. The second effect is when your opponent declares a direct attack, if this card's in your graveyard and you target a level 4 or lower Phantom Knight's monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and if you do, special summon this card as a normal monster with the same level as that monster, and then it has 0 attack and defense, and this card is not treated as a trap card. If this card was special summoned by its effect, banish it when it leaves the field. But you run that Imperial Iron Wall, and you don't have to worry about that. Actually, that would actually kind of counteract the Phantom Knight archetype, but nonetheless, that's kind of a cool card. Definitely is not that bad because it copies its level as well. Because it says, yeah, special summon this card, and it's treated as the same level, right? With the same level as that monster. Okay. Anyways, next up we have the Moonlight or Lunalight Calidio Chick. So anyways, it's a 1400 attack, 800 defense. You can only use the second effect of it once per turn. So its first effect is, once per turn you send a Lunalight monster from your main deck or extra deck to the graveyard. And for the rest of the turn, if you use this card as fusion material, you can treat this card's name as the same name of the sent monsters. And then the second effect is, if this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target a poly in your graveyard and add it to your hand. That's not bad at all. If this card is banished, you get to activate this effect. Until the end of the turn, your opponent cannot activate card effects during the battle phase. I think that's kind of mediocre. A lot of the Lunalights kind of already protect themselves. Well, each one of them is like, this one can't be destroyed by battle, this one can't be targeted, and this one can't be destroyed by card effects. But for the most part, I think this is more just for some of the fans. I don't think this is going to be like a very meta archetype. You invest too much into one card, but let's check out some other new cards. So we have more support for the super heavy samurais. This is Daihachi over here. So it's level 4, 1200 attack, 1800 defense. You can only use the third effect of it once per turn. So its first effect is when this normal or special, you can change its battle position. This card can attack while in defense position, and then you apply its defense for damage calc. And then if you have no spell and trap cards in your graveyard, you can change this card from face-up defense position to attack position. And if you do, you get to add a super heavy Samurai Soul monster from your deck to your hand. And then next up, Gladius Reprint. Wow, I was waiting for that. And then Flame Genghis. And then there's a Pendulum Evolution Structure Deck cards. They just showcase those off. And there's also Gozuki and Dark Lord from the manga. I don't know what those effects are. Maybe we'll get them later on. But we have some new Dark Lords over here. We got Dark Lord Uko back. So it's level 3, 700 attack, 1000 defense. This card is normal or special. You get to send one Dark Lord card from your deck to the graveyard. You can only use this effect once per turn. That's a really good effect. And it gets this effect once normal or special. And then we got Gozuki. Oh, that was the card they were just talking about. So 1700 attack. You can only use each effect about once per turn. So its first effect is during the main phase, you get to send a zombie type monster from your deck to the graveyard. Already pretty good. And the second effect of it is if this card is sent to the graveyard, you gotta banish a zombie type monster from your graveyard, except for Gozuki, special one zombie type monster from your hand. I think this really good. We already have that other card that we've been seeing in a lot of different decks. Oh gosh, I already forgot. Unizombie. Unizombie, although Unizombie has like a downside, really no downsides to this card, and it's got decent stats on it. Definitely a really good monster. Next up we have Necroid Synchro. So you get to banish one tuner and up to 2 non-tuner monsters from your graveyard. If you do special one, a Stardust Synchro monster from your extract whose level is equal to the total level of the banished monsters, but its effects are negated. Oh, so you could use this as like a stepping stone to other things. That's not too bad. But certain things require like a Stardust Dragon or like a... Yeah, I mean, our Stardust monster. I don't know, maybe we'll get more Stardust stars. That's not bad at all. Let me know, guys, what cards are really good with this. Maybe we'll look into this in a second. I think there's a lot of good cards in the Stardust archetype. You can maybe run like a... I know it's not like super meta, but like, you know, a lot of little kids really like Stardust Assault mode, so maybe it'll be fun for them to mess around with. Maybe your little brother plays the game. I know a lot of little kids like Stardust Dragon, so maybe you can make it in some other things. Or bring out other like more powerful monsters with it because its effects are negated. But anyways, next up we have Celestial Double Star Shaman, and this is a new level 2 Synchro that's a fairy, and Synchro materials are 1 tuner and 1 non-tuner, so any deck can make it. You can only use this effect about once per turn. So when it's Synchro Summon, you can activate this effect. You can't special summon monsters from the extract for the rest of the turn except for Synchro monsters. Also special summon up to 4 level 2 non-tuner monsters in your hand or graveyard defense position. They're defense negated. Wait, 4 because this is level 2, and then we total 8, 9, 10. Hey, easy peasy cards. That's a pretty good card. Ooh. Okay, you know, all you Synchro fans, I think this is a pretty good card. You lawn mowing next door, get like 20 cards in the graveyard, activate this. That's a pretty good effect. I like that. I think this card's good, guys. Dude, you could do a lot of stuff. Okay, that's good. I mean, I could already see a lot of Synchro fans running this card. That's pretty good. Now, it is a Synchro tuner, too. That's like perfect, man. But anyways, next up we have number 70, Deadly Sin. So it's like the baby of the number 77. So attack with 2400, defense of 1200. Its materials or its requirements are 2 level 4 monsters. Once per turn, you can attach material from this card, target one monster opponent controls, banish it until the opponent's next standby phase. Okay, and then at the end of the damage step with this card, attack against 300 attack also decrease its rank by 3 question marks. So it doesn't really know. Perhaps it could be 3, it could be a different number, maybe it's too blurry. Next up we have Oni Thunder Brohunder. So when this card is normal summon, add a level 4 light thunder type monster from your deck to your hand except for Brohunder. That's kind of cool. They are supporting the Thunder family archetype. That was seen play a long time ago. It wasn't really super strong, but it was kind of a fun deck. And you could like spam rank 4s in that deck. But anyways, next up we have more Frightful support over for the Fluffuls. Anyways, spell card, target a Frightful monster in your graveyard and then special summon it. And then during your turn, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, banish it from this card from your graveyard, target one of your banished Fluffle monsters or Frightfuls and return it to the graveyard. Oh, okay. That's not bad at all. It's not definitely pretty decent card over here. Next up, we have more Pendulum support. We got the Astrograph Sorcerer, level 7, 2500 attack, 2000 defense, Pendulum scale of 1. You can only use the Pendulum effect of it once per turn. Anyway, so its first effect is during your main phase, you can destroy this card and place a Stargazer Magician from your hand or deck in your Pendulum zone. Its monster effect is if a card you control is destroyed by battle by a card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand, then add a monster from your deck whose name is the same name as the monster destroyed this turn. Wow, that's actually a really good effect. There's a lot of archetypes that can definitely benefit off of that. That's cool. That is really cool. You can run like some of the Zephyr support and destroy it. Yeah, it's just a card you control. That's really good. Okay, anyways, the second effect is you can ban. I was just thinking of like combos, but anyways, second effect is you can banish this card. You control then banish a Pendulum Dragon monster, one XYZ monster, one Synchro Dragon, and one Fusion Dragon monster from your hand, field, and or graveyard. Special one. Hayao Zonriko. Is that from like Overwatch? They need to copyright that. That's what Hanzo says when he ults. From your extra deck, and then the special summon is treated as a fusion summon. Well, I don't know what that card does yet. Maybe we'll get into that later. That's interesting. That's a pretty hard condition. But anyways, we got Chronograph Sorcerer, level 6, 2000 attack, 1700 defense, pendulum scale of 8. You can only use the pendulum effect once per turn. During your main phase, you can destroy this card, and if you do, place one Time Gazer magician from your hand or deck in your pendulums. Oh, so they would really want these pendulums to go fast. The monster effect is if a card you control is destroyed by battle by card effect, you special summon it, then you can special summon one monster from your hand. Whoa, no restrictions on that? Sub-Terrors? Whoa, you could do a lot of crazy things with it. Visor Shock? there's a lot of crazy. I'm already thinking of a lot of crazy decks. Anyway, the second effect is you can banish a card you control, then banish a Pendulum Dragon and an XYZ monster. Synchro, okay, so it's the same effect, and you gotta summon the Hoyozaku Ryo, you know, from Overwatch. You can go as Hanzo. Pretty cool. But okay, that card is, hold on, I just want to know, do we have that? Wait, this is. I just want to know, do we have? Okay, we don't. I don't. Maybe it's in the next page. Sorry, I really wanted to know what is this? What is this card's effect? Okay. Anyways, next up we have Iris Magician, Pendulum. Oh wait, hold on. Level 4, Dark Spellcaster, 1500 attack. Who cares about defense? Pendulum scale 8, Pendulum effect. Once per turn, you target a Dark Spellcaster monster you control for the rest of the turn. Double any battle damage inflicts on your opponents if it battles a monster. Then destroy the card. Oh, it's only 1500. Anyways, the monster effect is this card is always treated as Pendulum Dragon card. This card is destroyed by battle by card effect. You can add a Pendulum Graph from your deck to your hand. Next up, we have Black Fang Magician, 1700 attack, level 4 Dark Spellcaster, Pendulum scale of 8. Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster opponent controls. That monster becomes half its current attack until the end of this turn, then destroy this card. Monster effect is always treated as. Oh, so they count as other things. I gotcha. Anyways. First effect is if this card is, the monster effect is if this card is destroyed by battle card effect, you target a Dark Spellcaster monster graveyard and special. And it's not bad at all. Not bad at all. And then next up we have White Wing Magician over here. Once per turn. Sorry, I keep on getting ahead of myself. I really want to know what that other effect is. So anyway, 1600 attack, level 4 Wind Spellcaster. Pendulum effect. Once per turn, when a card effect that targets a Dark Spellcaster type monster you control resolves, you can negate that effect, then destroy this card. Monster effect is this card is always treated as a Synchro. This Pendulum Summon card is used for Synchro Summon, banish it. Alright, next up we have Violet Poison Magician, 1200 attack, 2100 defense points, level 4 Dark Spellcaster, Pendulum scale of 1. Pendulum effect is once per turn before damage calculation when a Dark Spellcaster monster you control battles, you can activate this effect. That monster gains 1200 attack until the end of the damage step, then destroy this card. Then its monster effect is this card is always treated as a fusion dragon card, and then if this card is destroyed by battle by card effect, turn out one face-up card on the field and destroy it. That's not bad. And then next up we have the Pendulum Graph of Ages, continuous spell card. You can only use the second effect of it once per turn. The first effect, though, is spellcaster type monsters you control cannot be targeted by your opponent's spell effects. If a face-up Magician Pendulum monster leaves your monster zone or Pendulum zone, you can add one Magician Pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. Okay, that's looking pretty interesting. We got new sleeves of the new stuff. It retails for, I think this is $3.50. Is that a translation for it? Most of you guys probably won't be buying it anyways, because we won't have access to it. But we got more cards to check out. Oh my gosh, guys, like I said, we're going to be here for a while. So many new cards. Like, I'm excited about this. Swallows. What is Konami pulling off over? Okay, so we have a brand new theme that messes with the TCG naming schemes. So the Maximum Crisis Tree Draco Seamaster. Okay, well, the name will probably be changed anyways, but we're here for the effects. All right. So next up we have Metatron, the True Draco Mech Soldier. So 3000 attack. Light Worm level 9. If you don't summon such this card, you must tribute 3 monsters and or continuous. Oh, it's like Haman! Or like the, what are they called? Like the fake god cards, is I think what some people call them. Anyways, you gotta tribute 3 monsters and or continuous spell and trap cards you control. If this card is unaffected by the same type of cards, affects the original types of the cards that you use to tribute. Can you do a combination of them? That'd be really cool. I mean, at that point, you got another towers, pretty much. And then, if this card is tribute summoned or is destroyed by opponent's card by battle by card effect, you can special summon 1 fusion, synchro, or exceed monster from your extract that is earth, fire, wind, or wind attribute. That's kind of interesting. Next up, we have Maria Mune? I think it's supposed to be Maramune. They stole that from League of Legends. Anyways, the true Draco Phoenix, Wind Worm, level 9, 2700 attack. You can only use each effect of it once per turn. The first effect is if this card is in your hand, you can destroy 2 other monsters in your hand and or face up on your field, including a wind monster if you do special summon this card. And if you do that, banish 4 cards from the top of your opponent's deck if the both destroyed monsters are a win. Oh, if we can banish up to 4 cards on the field, I'm in, but I don't know if I really like that other effect. Second effect, though, is if this card is destroyed by a card effect, you can add 1 non-wind worm type monster from your deck to your hand. Okay. Getting zings? Maybe? I don't know. Next up, we have Dynamite Knuckle, the true Draco fighter. So, Water Worm, 2500 attack, 21 defense. If you tribute summon this card, if you are tribute summoning this card in face-up attack position, you can tribute a face-up continuous spell / trap card you control instead of a monster. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect, if you control this tribute summoned card, you can take 1 true Draco or 1 true King continuous trap card from your deck and either add it to your hand or activate on your side of the field. Well, that's not too bad, not too bad. Next up we have Ignis Heat, the true Draco Warrior, so level 5, 2400, a Fire Worm. If you are tributing summon this card in face-up attack position, you control a face-up continuous spell or trap card you control instead of a monster. Once per turn, you can, when your opponent activates a card or effect, if you control this tribute summon card, you can take 1 true King or true Draco continuous spell card from your deck and add it to your hand or activate it on your side of the field. It almost reminds me of like the Fire Fists in a sense. But the thing is like when an opponent activates a card, it doesn't like negate it. It's just like, oh, you can get like a card. It's still not bad, but like it doesn't negate it. Anyways, next up we have Majesty Maiden, the true Draco Mage. So she's level 5, wind with 2300 attack, and her effect is if you tribute summon this card in face-up attack position, you contribute a face-up continuous spell or trap instead of a monster. And then once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect, if you control this tribute summoned card, you can add 1 true King or true Draco monster from your deck to your hand. Okay. Oh, is this the card, the Hanzo card? All right, we gotta see this effect. So true King VFD the Beast, rank 9 Dark Worm. So 3000 attack and defense. Materials are 2 or more level 9 monsters. Once per turn, I don't think this is a Hanzo one. The other one started out with an H. Anyways, 2 monsters, level 9. Anyways, once per turn during either player's turn, detach material from this card, then declare 1 attribute. Face-up monsters on the field become monsters of that attribute. Monsters your opponent controls with that attribute can't activate their effects, and they can't attack, and these changes last until the end of this turn. While this card is in your monster zone, if you would destroy monsters with the effect of a True King monster in your hand, you can destroy your opponent's monsters instead. Okay. Next up, we have True Draco Succession. It's a continuous spell card. Always forgot all the support for that. You can only use each effect of True Draco Succession once per turn. So first effect, during your main phase, you can draw 1 card for each True King or Draco card, monster spell, trap card sent to the graveyard this turn. Huh. Oh, maybe this is a new, like, Spellbook Judgment, Kappa? Alright, during your main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon 1 True King or True Draco monster. If this card is sent from the spell and trap zone to the graveyard, you can target 1 spell or trap card on the field and destroy it. Next up, we have the Dragonic Diagram. It's a field spell card, or spell field as it says in the OCG. But anyways, all True King or True Draco monsters gain 3 attack and defense. Most cards on the field zone, each tribute summon True King monster cannot be destroyed by battle once per turn. The third effect is once per turn you destroy 1 other card you control or have in your hand. If you do, add 1 True King or a True Draco card from your deck to your hand. Oh, you can mix in the Fire Kings when because you're destroying it in your hand. That's kind of cool. Next up, we have Revival of the True King. Continuous trap card. You can only use each effect of it once per turn. You can activate this card's question mark and question mark in the same chain. Don't know exactly what that means, but we'll see the effect first. You can target one True Draco or True King monster in your graveyard, special summon in defense position, but you can't special summon monsters for the rest of the turn, so you activate during your opponent's end phase. During your opponent's something phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, I want to say battle phase, but I'm not positive, tribute summon one True Draco or True King monster. If this card is sent from the spell trap zone to the graveyard, you can target one monster in the field and destroy it. Okay. Next up, we got the art trap that I'm excited about. The new, I thought they were all swallows. Okay, anyways, they're sparrows. Oh, dang. Got me disappointed, Konami. I thought they were all like female girls that all they swallowed. 10 out of 10. Alright, anyways, we got Lyrical Lucinia, aka Cobalt Sparrow, level 1 with 0 attack, 100 defense. You can use a first effect of it once per turn. This card is special summon. You can add one level 1 winged beast monster from your deck to your hand. Second effect is a wind monster using this summon using this card as on the field as material. Gains this effect, can't be targeted by your opponent's card effects. Okay. Next up we have, there's the Sapphire Swallow. Alright, level 100 attack. It's probably the same stats all across. But anyways, you can only use the first effect of it once per turn. If you control a Winged Beast type monster, you can special summon both this card and one level Winged Beast monster from your hand. Second effect is a Wind Monster exceed summon using this card on the field as material. Gains this effect. If it is XYZ summon, you can target one Lyrical Lucinia monster in, I think that's the archetype. Monster in your graveyard, attach it to it as material. And then Turquoise Warbler, same stats. You can only use the second effect of it once per turn. First effect is if you control no monsters, you can special summon it from your hand. And then second effect is if this card is special summoned, excuse me, you can special summon one Lyrical Lucinia monster from your hand or your graveyard. Okay. But we gotta check out the exceed. So 2 or more level 1 monsters, so it gains 200 attack for each material attached to it. This card can attack your opponent directly. This card can attack a number of times per battle phase up to the number of materials. So you just stack up a bunch. Even if you have 5, that's still 1,000. It's still pretty mediocre at the end of the day. Anyways, the third effect is once per turn, either player's turn, you attach one material from this card. Lyrical Lucinia monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle by card effects. Also, you take no battle damage. These changes last until the end of the turn. So I guess it counts itself. It can still be targeted though. I don't know. I think it's too much investing too much into it. I don't know. Maybe you guys could pull off the OTK. Like, even if you get 5 monsters, again, it's only going to have 1,000 attack. And yeah, they have the bonus effects. If it's used as material, you get to attach it. I don't know. It's just too mediocre for me. And anyways, next up we have more Predator Plant stuff. So we have Predator Plant Orphis Scorpio. You can only use effect of it once per turn. Sorry, I keep on forgetting. I apologize for that. I'm 2 out of 10. What a bad YouTuber. But anyways, level 3, 1200 attack, but that's pretty mediocre anyways. If this card is normal or special, you can send one monster from your hand to the graveyard to special summon one Predator Plant monster from your deck, except for itself. Wow, that's actually a pretty good effect. Okay. Next up, we got Cordyceps. So during your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard and target 2 level 4 lower Predator Plant monsters in your graveyard for the rest of the turn. You can't normal summon, and you cannot special summon except by fusion summoning. Also special summon those monsters. That's not too bad. Darling Cobra over here. 1000 attack, 1500 defense, level 3. If this card is special summoned by the effect of a Predator Plant monster, you can add 1 Polymerization spell card from your fusion from your deck to hand, except I was gonna say I already I've read so many Yu-Gi-Oh cards and I was like, except for Diffusion Wave Motion for some reason. They always, it's like except for Front to Jam. Anyways, you can only use this effect of a Predator Plant Darling Cobra once per duel. Oh, dang. Oh, that's okay. Must be really good. Maybe they're gonna add some really crazy card for them. But anyways, next up we have Transcendental Fusion. So it's a normal spell card. Cards and effects cannot be activated in response to this card's activation. Pay 2,000 life points. Special fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using 2 monsters you control as fusion material. The second effect is you banish from your graveyard target 1 monster fusion summon using this card's effect. Special summon all of the fusion materials for that monster's fusion summon from your graveyard, but their attack and defense becomes 0, also their effects negated, so you use them for other things. That's actually a pretty decent card. That's actually a really good card. I like it, I like it. Next up we have Diabound Kernel. Okay, so it's 1800 attack, 1200 defense. The second effect of it can only be used once per turn. First effect is this card, when this card declares an attack, it gains 500. So that's not bad, 2300. And then the second effect is target 1 face of monster opponent controls until the end of this turn. That monster loses attack equal to this card's attack. Afterwards, banish this card until the next time I face. This effect, don't know, it looks like it's probably cut off over here. This effect maybe can only be used once per duel. I don't know. That's actually pretty crazy. So you can basically smack them for 23. That's a pretty decent card. Meanwhile, Dark Summoning Beast and Fallen Beast from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX attack and we might not have the full effects of them because they kind of cover. I hate when they cover up half of the card text. It's like, why show them off in a magazine? Be like, well, psych. I remember when they hyped up Tardy Orc for a really long time. Wow, this video is like half hour. Okay. Anyways, 0 attack, 0 defense. You can only use the question mark effect of it once per turn. Maybe it's like the first effect. I don't know, or the second one. Anyways, you contribute some of this card to special summon 1 Oriah, Lord of Searing Things, Hamada, Lording, Striking Thunder, and Raviol from your hand or deck, ignoring the summoning condition. What? Whoa. That's broken. Okay, it probably has some downside. Maybe like their effects are negated, destroyed, in an end phase. It probably has some negative effect. It is level 5, you say a tribute for it. But you can pendulum summon? I don't know. There's probably some restrictions on it. That's insane, though. Whoa, that's crazy. Anyways, we have new a field spell card that says the second effect of... Oh, I'm sorry. Fallen Paradise. The second effect of Fallen Paradise can only be used once per turn. Red Lord of Searing Things, Haman, Lord of Striking Thunder in your monster zone cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. If there's Oriah, Lord of Searing Flame, Haman, and Raviel in your monster zone, you can just draw 2 cards. That is crazy. All right, so going back to this, I just want to double check on it. This is okay. It's Hyorizu. I don't think we had any of these. I'm just gonna double check on it one more time that we didn't skip over this. Okay, so I don't know what this card is. Maybe we'll get the announcement of it later today, and I'll update you guys on that. But that one card that just special summons a Stardust, even though it negates the effect, I want to check out what we can like actually get out with that. When you just type, let me clear this. I'm just kind of curious. If you guys let me know what other great cards could be accessed on this. Like, I know, like, you know, like the Stardust cards' effects are negated, right? So we obviously want to make other things that require maybe obscure cards, right? Like things that require like specific Stardust cards, you know? I'm trying to think of what like you could go for, because I know, well, okay, this is like probably from the anime. All I could think of off the top of my head was the Assault Mode, but I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of other Stardust cards. Maybe, okay, this is probably, like, okay, it said anime, so like, okay, we can't make that. I mean, like, that's still a pretty good card. I don't know, I just think that card is really unique. But let me know, guys, what kind of combos that you guys can think of with any of the cards that we talked about, or what are you guys most excited to play? I want to see what this card is, because if you gotta have a Pendulum, an XYZ Dragon, as a Synchro Dragon, and a Fusion Line, that requires a lot. I know all of them like count as other things, but that's a hefty requirement. Is that the new Exodia? I don't know. It's probably a boss monster, and before it has no good effect. But anyways, boys, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know, like I said, what your favorite thing is that we talked about. I was kind of disappointed in those like little like birds, those female birds, because they look kawaii, but I don't know, they look like they're 2 out of 10 archetype try to attack directly for 1,005 times. It's still not even game. But anyways, boys, thanks for watching, guys, and make sure you guys give the like button a titty slap, even though I stutter over all my words. I'm 12, I can't read. Someone's gonna be like, you didn't pronounce this wrong. My bad, guys. I don't know how. I can't read. But thanks for watching, guys. I am outies.